Hello guys, and welcome to a new Sims 4 speed build video. Today, the house is called Lofty Stripes, and this is a starter home, I believe. It has honestly been a really long time since I've built this house. I just sort of, built it and recorded it because I was in the mood to build, and then I think I never got a good chance to, sit down and record the narration for it, but anyway. The idea with this house is that I've been experimenting with sort of a more, traditional style of building, or at least sort of a more, I don't know, a different way to build. I was on a building kick and had been watching some other players and YouTubers and stuff do their buildings and seeing how they do things, and decided to take some of the things that they had, the person I was watching, which I think was Little Simsy, I think, maybe? Anyway, I decided to take into account some of the things I had been watching and go ahead and try and apply them in my own builds to try and make things a little different and, sort of improve and things like that, because it's a good thing to do. So anyway, this is a little more of a traditional house, but it kind of has a modern flair because the bedroom is, it's on the second story, but it's a loft bedroom, so I don't know, I always thought that was kind of cool. I don't know, I've always had a thing for lofted bedrooms. I don't know, it's interesting to me. But anyway, right now I was trying to find a door because I wanted to put a window, that fits with the door on the second story, but I eventually decided, screw that, I'm gonna just put some nice windows on the side and call it good. So that's what I ended up doing. You'll see I'll struggle through trying to find the right windows and then eventually get them all matched up and all that good stuff. And yeah. And so I'm actually pretty happy with how this house turned out. I'm not amazing. I'm not super content with the roofing. I changed that top roof here pretty soon. And I don't know. I feel like there wasn't a ton that I could do with the roofing in this. I mean, I could have added some little pop-outs of the building and things like that, but I don't know. I don't really like doing that when it doesn't make sense, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know. I end up changing the roofing to a hipped roof, and then I keep the little dormer there, because I tried to make my own dormer, and it was just not the right height, and yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I always like those, latticed foundations. That's the porch kind of foundation thing that we had at my house when I was growing up as a kid, and I don't know why I never use them. But anyway, I was having a hard time getting the dormer to go where I wanted it to, and it refused to go back into that height, I guess. It just refused to go into that spot again, and so I ended up just leaving it where it was. But yeah, it's good. The dormed, or what am I saying? The lofted rooms, the lofted houses and things in general are kind of a pain when you're trying to do, if you want to do the trim around the outside of the house or something like that. It's kind of a pain because it doesn't recognize that room as a, did we just change that? Okay. Anyway, it doesn't recognize that lofted room, the section that you can see down into the bottom. It doesn't really recognize that as a room. Excuse me. It doesn't really recognize that as a room, and so it makes it a pain to try and get the right look on the outside because everything is so room-based in this game. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. I apologize. I stop here and there in this little spot, but that's pretty much, yeah, after this one I think we're good to go. So I didn't use all base game stuff in this one, I don't think. No, yeah. I used some different things. I think I used some cats and dogs stuff. I used some city living stuff. I used that tile in the bathroom as vampire stuff. So little things here and there. As I'm moving into the kitchen now, you'll see that I really like the Parenthood cabinets, or countertops, I mean. And I'm sure a lot of builders do like them. I'm sure I'm late to the game at this point as far as the hype on the Parenthood stuff, but anyway, I really like those counters because I think it's mostly because they come in pretty good swatches. They have some good colors to them, but they also, they're very cheap. So that makes them really good for starter homes and things like that, which are the kind of homes I like to build. I don't know. I just like the idea of building under a budget, I guess. Like, sometimes I want to build a nice big house or, like, a family home that just, you know, I guess I get to just go nuts with the budget. And I do tend to go a little bit nuts. But, yeah, I don't know. I like building starter homes and having sort of that budget to work with where, like, I have to keep it under 20,000 and there's always a very specific amount of things that I have to go for, and I don't know. It's kind of nice. I feel like starter homes are something that people look for a lot, just because, I don't know, like, the way I play, I tend to start a lot of new games, and although my games I usually do, like, a Rags to Riches challenge or a Legacy challenge or something where I start off with no money, but, I don't know, I tend to think, I think people often need starter homes more than they need, like, $1 million home or something like that. As fun as those would be to build, and I am tempted to do a $1 million home build at some point. I think that would be fun. But as far as practicality goes, I feel like people mostly need starter homes more than they need anything else, because they need, like, a little place to start off, or they need, like, a small family home or something like that. But anyway, wasn't a ton of, sorry, I'm just jabbering on. Wasn't a ton of space here. One of the tips from the simmer I was watching, from the builder I was watching, was that you should try and make things smaller than you think that you will need them, which clearly I'm very good at, because I continually give myself not enough space in this build. So, like, I kind of wanted the living room to be in that little entryway area at first, but obviously there's no space for a living space over there. Like, that's just not happening. So I ended up putting the, I don't know what's going on with those TVs there, but anyway, I ended up putting the table right up next to the kitchen, which I had kind of planned, and then put the living room sort of on the other side of the kitchen, or of the dining room space, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, maybe it's like an older style home where they didn't really have a lot of sitting space. You know, mostly they just chilled at the table and talked, or they went out and did stuff. God forbid. Jeez, do people actually go outside and do stuff? That's crazy. But anyway, I don't know, maybe it's like an older style home where they didn't have a lot of space for a living room or something, because it was built at a time when that wasn't really needed. And so in the modern society, you just kind of gotta make do. But anyway, put a bookcase in. I think that's from the kids stuff pack. But the bookcases, I don't know. I like that bookcase a lot. I like a lot of the kids stuff, the kids room stuff. Whew, a lot of the kids room stuff. I was playing this, I'm playing this with cats and dogs installed, so playing around with the patch that they added, which was the roofing, and the ability to size down objects, so I was, like, sitting there, like, aw, man, I just gotta find a good rug for the sink, and then I was like, oh, wait, I can pick any rug I want, and then just size it down. Right, I can do that now. And that was good. That was exciting. Momentarily exciting. So, yeah, there's actually a decent amount of clutter in this house. I like how it turned out as far as, like, the size and living space and things like that. I feel like it's good as far as that stuff goes. I added, when I was doing the bedroom, I think we missed it already, but when I put the bed in, there was actually 4 tiles. There was no space for it to be, like, 1 tile on either side of the bed, but I decided not to do that because I wanted the dresser on the outside, like, against the fence, against, like, the railing, how I set it up, so that it sort of added a little bit of privacy. I don't know. I don't know. I guess in reality that's probably not a lot of privacy, but let's be real, like, if you have people over at your house, you're probably not going to be upstairs sleeping. So it doesn't really matter anyway. But anyway, I just put a little bit of outdoor decoration outside, put some shrubs and a couple trees, and that was it. And just adding in some lights now. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of this guy. Yeah, throwing in our lights, and we're gonna clutter up the bathroom a bit. Yeah, okay. I have yet to record a build video for laundry day stuff. Like I said, this one's really old. This one's actually like, just when Cats and Dogs came out. I think I remembered recording this and then not having time to narrate it, and then I just completely forgot to narrate it, so my bad. But it's all good. It's all good. It still turned out good. I just watched it watched it again so that I could get an idea of what was even happening in this build and remember the house that I built. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, just going through our little screenshots here. I really do like these lofted houses. I think they're pretty cool. I like the sort of design around them. I don't know. I think they're fun. But anyway, getting to our floor plans here. The second floor plan doesn't look very different. Yep. Alright. And that is it, guys. So thank you so much for watching this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I shall see you next time. Bye.